Hey everybody, welcome to another very special edition of the Quake Rave here. Before we get into that here, let me fix our little chat window here. I would have had this actually running a bit earlier today, but I've had a hell of a time trying to get this game to stream correctly. I'm not sure why, but as I was saying, it is a very special edition of the Quake Rave because this is actually the first live stream we've done on the show. And at the beginning of the month, I said in my channel update that I was going to take a look at Quake Champions here. And hey, Grim Fandango, good to see you, buddy. And hey, familiar faces all around here. Welcome, everybody. But yeah, I was going to check out this game earlier this month, but I saw that they had a big update coming up where they were changing up some of the hitboxes and that kind of stuff. So I figured this would be a good time to jump into it now that the update's available and check it all out. So, hey, we're going to jump in, play some Quake Champions. But yeah, this game, apparently incredibly hard to stream. None of my capturing software would actually capture it. I don't know if it's because of the update or what, but you just get a black screen. So I was dealing with that for a little bit here trying to get this going. But regardless, let's play some Quake. The length of the stream is going to kind of depend on if we can find games or not, because one of the big things that's been going on with Quake Champions is the fact that, I guess, people aren't really playing it. I guess more people are playing Quake Live than they are playing Quake Champions, which is kind of sad, but I guess them's the breaks, right? For them releasing a new Quake game that I guess people weren't really asking for. I know most people wanted the single-player Quake, but let's jump in and see what's changed, shall we? Now, you can see over the past month I have been playing a little bit, though. I am level 4, and I have gotten a few unlocks and upgrades and that kind of thing, but you know, nothing too spectacular to talk about. Also wanted to point out, if the sound is a bit too quiet or too low, please just let me know and I can adjust that. But let's jump into a team deathmatch or sacrifice game here. I'm coming in completely cold, so you guys are going to have to bear with me here. But how is everybody doing today? It's great to see a few people join me on this first Quake Grave stream. I do have another episode coming up pretty soon, Quake 1 episode, for anybody who's keeping score. We just released a Quake 2 custom map playthrough called Sonic Mayhem. Map itself was fun at times, other times not so fun. It's a very 50-50 map for those of you who've watched the stream or not. I'm sure you already know, but there were some really, really cool things in it. Like there's a part where you actually go into a slipgate and travel back to Quake 1 times, and I thought that was really creative and cool. There's some other really cool things about it too. The actual setup of the levels is really nice and everything, but there are some really odd things going on in that one too. I got lost a few times trying to find my way around, try to find the next way, you know, that I had to go, looking for key doors and that kind of thing. There were a lot of strange traps in there too, so I know one of my frequent commenters on the videos actually commented and said, like, he had a hard time getting through the videos because he's like, there's too many traps, you know, I can't deal with this Quake 2 stuff. And I know everybody's usually used to Quake 1, so when they see Quake 2 on there, I'm sure most people plug their noses and they're like, yeah, I don't think so. All right, so here we are at Quake Champions. We're still waiting to get in a match. Waiting for a minute 30 here. I guess we can go over some of the changes that I guess they made. It's interesting because they have a link up here that tells you, hey, there's a patch out now, game update. We hope you enjoy the update, but they don't really tell you what went into the update. I know that new hitboxes were introduced, but that's all I really know. One of the things they did introduce earlier at the beginning of the year, though, is they added Keel as a new champion you can play as, which is kind of cool. So for those of you who were Quake 3 fans, you can now buy and play as Keel.
Got one thing to say. Stay out of my way.
Stay out of my way, he says. So that was pretty interesting because I really didn't think that he was going to get added in. It was like one of the last characters I would have thought people wanted, right? But at some point they did add the Doomslayer too. I'm pretty sure it was at the end of last year or towards the end of it. And I still haven't had a chance to play with him because we're playing the early access version of Quake Champions. What I was playing before was the beta. Yes, we got to accept that before we don't get into the game. But they sent me a code for this early access version, and you don't have access to all of the heroes. You only get one. And they actually give you enough points to buy another hero, but there's so many to choose from, I'm not sure which one I want to buy.
Vote now.
Okay. Oh, of course, it's between the two maps that everybody always plays. I guess Burial Chamber. Everybody always picks Blood Covenant, so I guess we'll go with that one. So yeah, I'm still playing as Ranger here. Again, let me know if the sound ends up drowning me out or if you can't hear, you know, the game over me. Trying to strike a good balance here. It's strange when you stream and record games because, you know, every game seems to have like a different sound level. So you have to adjust it accordingly. And even though you test it beforehand, sometimes it's still not quite, you know, at its loudest. You don't know where it's supposed to be. But yeah, Keel is not a hero that I really thought was going to be in the game. Not that it's a detriment or a bad thing. Just not what I expected. Doom guy totally makes sense.
Why are you torturing me like this?
Alright, here we go. Whoa, whoa! I didn't even see where that guy was. There he is. Getting a few hits on him, but nothing important. Ooh. Couldn't find a better gun there. One thing I could tell you that's definitely changed is that the sound. I could hear the rockets actually whizzing by my ear there, which is pretty interesting. Alright, here we go. Yeah, let's see. Christian Ice, levels are okay. Yeah, levels are okay. You know, I'm really tired of playing the same two levels over and over because it's the only two that everybody picks to play. Here we go. And so, oh, we're actually playing the Soul Obelisk thing. Okay. Soul's down here. Or it's about to be. There we go. Oh. He got me. 1 for 1 right there. Audio, mic balance is fine. Perfect, buddy. Glad to hear it.
Incoming quadrant. Capture.
We gotta get over there. I've never been good at this Soul game. Man. Where's my team at? Volume levels, voice. My bad, Christian. I was totally, totally misreading it there. I thought you were talking about the levels in the game. Oh, where are you at? Wow, I don't think I hit him with even one. There we go, 1 nail. I got him with 1. I thought Christian was talking about the levels of the game. He's talking about the mic and audio levels. Stupid me. Alright, I'm gonna get a rocket launcher. Let's do this. Oh!
Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. It needs a monster.
Okay, here we go. We gotta get to A. They're already there waiting for me. So I gotta get over there.
Soul taken.
Soul's been stolen. That's a good sign. Take this guy out. Kill him with my super weak, super weak weapon. I'm gonna grab this armor though. Wow, that nail gun. I feel like I am absolutely terrible with it. Whoa. Got me. So yeah, the other thing I was going to tell you guys, I hope you didn't come here to watch me actually, like, opponent noobs or do well here. I don't play enough of Quake Champions to actually be great at it. I've had a few really good games in it, but the sacrifice game mode here, I am just absolute garbage at. Oh! Thought I'd show up, you know, above him, come down on him, but it didn't work out. Alright, we gotta get this skull. Okay, we're at A. Oh. So in the sacrifice mode here, you actually got to get into this obelisk and try to steal... Ah, there's a round. Terrible. Coming in super cold here, though, guys, so hopefully, hopefully we can do better here. I'm gonna turn my actual volume down just a tad here. So, tell me, have you guys played any Quake Champions yourselves? I know that there's been a lot of backlash on this game, and it's not getting hardly any attention from anybody. Like someone was pointing out in the forums earlier when I read it. Quake Live actually has more players than Quake Champions does, which is, like, kind of sad. There we go. Oh. I had the soul for a second. Quake Champions has modern sounds, but I guess I prefer the old distinction you had in Quake 3 Arena. Every sound was an indication, making it for a more competitive DM. You know, I got to agree. That's one of the things I've complained about in this sacrifice mode, is that I don't feel like they're very... There we go, we got him. It was a very sickening frag right there, but I got him. Yeah, I don't feel like it's obvious enough as to what the hell it is where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. Like, until you play it enough rounds, like, that's how you're gonna know. But to new players and stuff, they don't do a good job of that kind of thing. And I would agree, it's the exact same thing with the sounds. They've added in the beep, though, the Quake 3 beep. So when you hit somebody, you actually get that boop, which is really great. They used to have, I believe the beep was in there before, but it wasn't as prevalent as it sounds now. Now it's not, as soon as you hit someone, you're getting that exact same Quake 3 feedback, which is really cool. How is that guy not dead yet? We gotta get the skull. Jeez. But yeah, the thing about the game is, though, is that the past month that I have been playing it off and on, it does feel better. It feels like they have improved the way the game feels and the way it plays. If you guys have been watching my videos over the course of the past year or so of the game coming out with the beta and everything, jeez, I have no team here and I'm absolutely terrible. My first round here. But you know that there was a lot of things that I said that they needed to fix up on, and there were a few of those things they have actually worked on, which is great. Okay, he's got the soul, but not for long. Man, these guys are just, like, fucking destroying us here, aren't they? Yikes.
Incoming protections. Gate out of this place.
Woo. But yeah, the game, in my opinion, does feel a bit better. The unfortunate part is that the game has been out for a while in, you know, some sort of beta early access form, and I feel like it's a great way to try to get, you know, the game to a real playable state by having everybody play it and give their opinions and everything at the same time. It really is a good way to do it. Oh geez, we're about to lose here in a second anyway. Yeah, and I'm dead. Oh, didn't mean. Ugh. Terrible. Quake Champions slower than Quake 3 Arena. In ways, it definitely is. It's when you play Quake 3, you know, it's super quick. It's lightning quick, and you know, it didn't matter what character you played either. So you all had the same quickness, the same jump, the same, you know, bunny hop thing that you could do, which is great. But in this game, you know, you're down to the point where each character has their own abilities, each character has their own weight and feel, all of them start with different health amounts and armor amounts, so there's a little bit of variation there, and I like that they tried to change it up a bit, but I got to agree with a lot of the classic Quake purists, you know, that I don't feel like it's the right direction for Quake. I'm just going to accept the rematch here, because why not? Christian says, you know, but in QW or Quake World or Quake 3, was able to tell where my opponent was by the item he picked up or the weapon he shot. Here, everything sounds like a war movie, but doesn't help. You know, Christian, that's actually a really good point, and I can't argue with that whatsoever. Yeah, the sounds in this I don't feel like are as important as they were. Even Quake 2, if you want to argue Quake 2, if you heard someone around the corner coming by picking up an armor shard, you knew that someone was around that corner picking that up. In this, I feel like there's kind of so much going on, it's really hard to differentiate where someone is by sound. So yeah, I can't disagree with that. Okay, that was weird. Even though I thought I readied up for a rematch, I guess it didn't put us in queue. So that was a terrible round. That was a really bad round to start things off with today. On that note about the audio, I think I'm actually going to turn the music volume down quite a bit here. Because the music is really loud when you're playing. So maybe turning the music down and hearing the sounds might help out a bit. It's worth a shot, right? So yeah, this is really unfortunate for Quake, because Quake really deserves, you know, much more than what it's getting here with Quake Champions. And that is to say, it deserves a lot more attention. Quake Champions is getting next to no attention. I do hear once in a while podcasts and stuff that they'll bring up the game, but everyone just kind of like, it's sort of becoming a joke, because even though it's in early access, most people know that it's not getting a lot of attention and no one is really playing it. The numbers that I saw on the forum, if I'm quoting it correctly, I think it said online at the same time, I think it said like 620 people were playing Quake Live and 614 were playing Quake Champions. You know, and it's a really hard thing to measure too when you have everybody who's playing Quake Champions. Oh man, I'm joining a team where they're already down by, or no, did I join? Oh no, this is Team Deathmatch. Okay, I'm just joining the game in progress already. There we go. I was going to say, I thought I had the rocket launcher. But the thing with Quake Champions... Wow, something feels kind of buggy here. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's just because I'm starting out while it's already running. Anyway, back to my point though. The thing with Quake Champions is that, you know, there is a pay to entry level, right? And right now it's in early access, but to get into early access, you don't just get the game to download for free and play it. You need a code to be invited to actually play it, which kind of sucks. Like, why wouldn't they just let people start playing it right now for free? Oh, back to the rocket launcher. Well, we're definitely winning right now, but no thanks to me. Haven't really done a whole lot.
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
Let's see here. He's got the quad.
Your team has the quad.
Oop, not getting any good shots here. There we go. We'll work together on that one. That's right. I helped him. I helped him out a lot. Oh man, I am just like missing all over the place with this. There we go. There's a bunch of hits. How is that guy not dead? He had a shitload of health. Oh, jeez. Oh! Man, he's really getting me on those shots. I can't quite connect him. He's getting kind of splash damage on me there. So yeah, Quake Live, though, is free. It's a free game. Anybody can download it, anybody can play it. Quake Champions is not. It's early access, but you still need an invite or you need to buy it. That guy just totally killed himself. Oh jeez, I need some health bad. There we go. It's not a lot. Oh, right in the head. I took like 100 health off of her there.
When you've been here this long, nothing and everything makes sense.
Oh, gotta get out of here. That guy... Oh man, I am missing him all over the place.
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
Hey, I got him with a good hit there. Did you see that? Oh, jeez. Almost walked right into that. Yep, quad kill right there.
Your team has the quad.
I love that. This is holy shit.
Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. It needs a monster.
Enemy has the
Well, he's done. Okay, so where is the quad exactly? I feel bad because I'm not helping my team here at all. I'm kind of feeding the enemy team. Oh, gotta get out of here. Oh.
Five-minute warning.
Here we go. Here's some health. There we go. Back up to 95 at least. Nice kill. Considering I've been playing Quake 2 lately, man, this armor shard sound is not very good. Oh, that was my guy. He looked red for a moment, so I couldn't tell. Let's see. Grab this rocket stuff down here. Whoa! There we go. There's a frag. Let's see, back to rocket launcher. Boom! There's a good kill. Oh, I thought it was a kill. I hit him, like, dead on. Oh my god. I hit him right in the face. Do you know, Russians are watching you now. Funny. You guys are totally welcome to watch. There's a good frag.
Your team has the quad.
And I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I know you pointed out your nickname. But if you watch the rest of my channel, you know I am absolutely terrible at pronouncing people's names, and I feel like if I try to pronounce your name, I'm just gonna butcher it. It's not gonna be a good scene.
Enemy has the quad.
How is Quake Champions taken in Russia, though? That would be a good thing to know. I think Russia actually likes Quake Champions quite a bit. Whenever I look up esports Quake Champions stuff, I feel like a lot of it is happening over there. Come on, poke your head out. Take some of this. Oh, no. There we go. I need some health.
Teams are tied.
Usually some around the corner here. Here we go. Teams are tied. It is a close game. That was a good hit, though. Oh, and he got me right there.
Teams are tied.
In Soviet Russia, games you play. Very funny. Or games play you. I totally messed that delivery up, didn't I? Soviet Russia, games play you. Nope, always glad to have you guys aboard here. Hanging out, watching Quake. I mean, what's not to like? There we go, there's a frag. I was like, I hit that guy like a million times. He's got to go down. I need this health, though. This gun I have never really gotten. Like, I feel like sometimes I can kill with it, other times I feel like I'm just like totally off with it. So we're gonna move on here and get away from that. We're gonna grab a rocket launcher here. Brutal Doom, yeah, Brutal Doom is really cool. I haven't had a chance to really get into it as much as I want to because of all the Quake stuff that I do. I feel like there's a lot of YouTube channels that are playing Brutal Doom, and I love watching the videos just of like what people are doing and what you know, all the updates they're making to it, because I think it's one of the most updated mods of today. People are really loving it, and considering the 2016 Doom, you could tell it was totally you know, parts of it were ripped off from the whole Brutal Doom thing, you know, the glory kills and stuff. But yeah, it's really cool. I actually have a Doom Grave show that I do from time to time, but I haven't done an episode in a while because Quake is... Oh! Did you see that? Turned around and took it right there. But I haven't done an episode in quite some time. Because Quake is like taking over my life, you know, between Arcane Dimensions and all the other stuff coming out for Quake. It's insane to know that these old games still have like such a, you know, very powerful and large fan base. I know Doom is like probably 4 times the size as the Quake community, but it's still insane. See if switch to rocket launcher. There we go. There's a free frag. There's a couple of. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. There we go.
Enemy team win.
Oh, they won! That was such a close game. What can I say about Unreal Tournament? Do you want to know about Unreal Tournament, the original series, or the new one they're working on? Let me know, and then I'll spill into it. Yeah, look at that. So, very sorry performance, but hey, I wasn't in last place at least, so there's that. And I think we're gonna get a level off this. We'll have a loot box to open, which is kind of cool. Alright, the original Unreal Tournament. Yeah, let's start with the original, then we'll work our way into talking about the new stuff. But the original Unreal Tournament, great game. What I can say... Oh, here we go. Yep. We are level 5. If we can get back into a rematch quickly, I'll stick with it. We'll come open the loot box later. So the original Unreal and Unreal 2, I did not play. Never mind. Got kicked out again. I didn't play those games, but Unreal Tournament, I played quite a bit of it with a friend of mine. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was great. It's evading me right now, but there's the certain mode that you could play. I don't think it was in the original Unreal Tournament. I think it was in the next iteration of it. But there was the mode where you could set up bots, and you went in. And you did very certain missions and quests and that kind of stuff with your team versus their team. Anyway, it's not coming to me right now because I haven't played it in a while. But Unreal Tournament did a lot for online play, I feel like. When that and Quake 3 were both out at the same time, I didn't play as much Unreal Tournament because Quake 3 was kind of what had my heart at the time. But once I got into Unreal Tournament, I played a bit of the original, and then when I jumped into the next iteration of it, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Had such a great time with it. And you could definitely tell why Epic was giving id Software, you know, a run for their money back then, because they did such a good job with it. Let's see, we did get some epic legs for Ranger, which is nice to actually get some new stuff for the character we actually have unlocked to wear. We have a new armor shader for Keel, but we don't have Keel. And we have a new weapon shader for... I think it's a machine gun of some kind, but let's go back to selection. Let's get back into the queue. Let's play some more Quake. So I think you love all classic FPS. It's true. I do have a love in my heart for a lot of the old classic FPS games. A lot of them I didn't get to spend a lot of time with because back then I was young. We had a computer. And when I discovered Doom, I had a lot of fun with that. And then that moved right into Quake. So some of the other ones that came out, I didn't really get to play at the time. I did own Duke Nukem 3D. I did not own Rise of the Triad. That was one that completely passed me by. One that I do want to start covering at some point is the Blood series, the original Blood games, 1 and 2. A funny story about that is I actually had a demo for the original Blood on I think it was a PC Gamer disc, right? But every time I installed it and tried to load it, it would just crash. So I just assumed that the main game would be the same way, so I never bought it. But fast forward to last year, during one of the sales on Steam, they actually had the game available for so cheap. I think it was 1 and 2 bundled together, and I got them for super cheap. So I'd really like to get into those at some point and play those, sort of like a lost childhood sort of thing, you know? How old am I? Well, a girl never reveals her age, right? No, I am 34, so mid-30s all the way. But oh, gotta hit accept here. I hate that. That's one of the things I absolutely hate about this game. It's okay. It's okay. Age is not that big a deal. But I hate that about this game. You queue for a game and then it asks you, you know, to hit confirm. When obviously I want to play. Just put me in the game. Why do I have to click confirm? Stupid. The Russians are simply brave to ask this. It is brave. Okay, let's actually get into Lockbox here. Let's see if we could play a different deathmatch map. Please do not pick Burial Chamber. Thank you. I've not actually been able to play a match on this one, like an authentic, real deathmatch map. Deathmatch on this one, on this map. But yeah, I grew up playing the original NES, so I grew up with that. My dad had an Atari 2600, so we played that as well. Then that moved on to the Sega Genesis. Skipped the Super Nintendo because a friend of mine had it, and I thought maybe I'd get enough Super Nintendo from that. And that went on to the N64 and this and that and the other thing. But I've been around for a while. Have played quite a few games. I'm no journalist or anything like that, but hey, I still love games. All right, so this is a completely new map for me. A few episodes ago for Quake Champions specifically, I showed this map off when it was new, but all I did was like kind of just jumped around it a bit just to show it off. Now we actually get to play a bit of it, so that's really cool. Free kill. This is just the warm-up though, so it don't mean nothing. Let's see, I think I must know about the age of a player sometimes. It makes sense. I can totally see what you mean, because, you know, if sometimes you are watching somebody... Oh, this is the new weapon shader we got. It's a white version of the, it was, I think it was green before. That is true. Sometimes you'll watch players and, you know, if they're, whether they're really young or really old, I feel like they bring something sort of different to whatever show it is that you're watching with them in it. I have noticed that with the younger players, you know, they obviously have like a much different mantra and personality style than someone of, you know, in their 30s, for example. I'm not really into screaming at the mic and that kind of thing, which I know younger players are into because it's funny and stuff, which is cool, but, you know, I'm just kind of... I'm too old for that. I'm an old man. Oh, crap. He's totally going to get me with this one. Oh! Damn. Let's see. It's not that I don't like the Sims part of the game, but I missed the time I could simply upload a skin and use it. Now, that was fun. Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. I love the modding aspect of old Quakes. And I think that that is kind of what they're going to miss the mark on with this game, where, you know, the multiplayer and stuff on it is going to be a ton of fun to play, right? But the problem is that, you know, modders and mappers and artists are not going to be able to get into it and sort of make the game their own. And that is what makes the classic FPS games work. I mean, look at Doom and Quake. They still have huge mapping and modding communities all these years later. It's insane. And I mean that in a good way. It's insane in a good way. Considering Quake, I play like tons on my YouTube channel. That says a lot about it. Oh my god, this team is just gonna destroy us, and it's 3-on-4 right here. Oh, you're a streamer too, that's why you're asking. So what do you normally stream on your channel? Because on mine, it's mostly old school Quake and Quake 2, but I also play newer Switch games and newer PC games when they come out, just to kind of like show them off, see what people can get out of them. Actually uploaded a video for a Switch game today. It's a helicopter sort of... Okay, that's our team. It's like a helicopter rescue game that feels like a very much like a Sega Genesis Super Nintendo game. It's called Dust Off Heli Rescue 2. Oh, I fell down the thing. Oh, he fell down the thing. But it's a great game. It's on Steam, I believe, as well, so if you're looking for a new, cool Steam game, or Switch game, it's really, really good. Very reminiscent of old school games, because it's very simple in premise, but it starts to get more challenging the more you play it. I am doing terrible this game. I don't think I've got... Yeah, I haven't gotten one frag here. These guys are destroying me. Yeah, they're just like camping up there, so I can't do anything about it. Oh, jeez. Oh, there was some... I need some health. Really bad. I'm on the retreat here. All these guys know that they can just, like, pursue you and take you out. So, I'm not doing too great. Oh, he had a good rail hit there, though. There we go. There's a frag. Okay, I really need some health here. There's a red guy just like hanging out there. I don't know what he's doing. It looks like that reds are kind of like just camping certain areas of this map. They know where to be.
Quad spawn. Enemy has the quad.
This is a really cool little map, though. I'm surprised more people weren't playing this back when it first came out. But you guys know how it goes with Quake. You know, back when Team Fortress was out for Quake, everybody was playing 2 Fort. That's all they played. It's as if everybody only has, like, room in their brain for, like, 2 maps. Oh my, I was about to say, kill that guy already. Alright, that's 2 assists right there. I need an assist for my daily thing. Whatever that's called, quest or whatever. Let's see, oh, it will be better if you're not asking. Yeah, it's a joke. Many games from the past, for example, some games from PS1. Love this console. It's my childhood. Yeah, totally. I didn't have a PS1. My friends did. And so I played a lot of my PS1 games at their house. But I don't have the same love for a lot of those games that they do. This guy's just sitting here, so I guess I'll just take a free kill, maybe? But regardless... yeah, so anytime that I played Tekken, it was always at their house, so I didn't garner the same relationship with that game series as a lot of other people did. I had a Nintendo 64, so I absolutely loved Mario 64. That was my game. You know, games like Banjo-Kazooie, Blast Corps, stuff like that, like I hold a very special place in my heart. Here's a rocket launcher. I feel like the other team is letting us catch up at this point. Like, they stopped playing or something. But... oh, back to rocket launcher.
Incoming quad.
Wow. And our ArrrCee dude is so quick. Hey, we got him!
Quad spawned. Your team has the quad.
Our team's got the quad. Alright, okay. I'm okay with that kill right there. Somehow the teams are tied. I think they're gonna storm us here in a second, though. This team is a very good team, so... oh my god! Another guy that I hit straight up. Got the railgun. I am terrible with the railgun. I have games where, like, I'll hit 5 guys with a railgun, get a bunch of kills, and then I'll have 10 games in a row where I can't hit, you know, the broadside of a barn. Did you play the Postal game series? You know, that is one series I can honestly say I did not play. Postal was not a game that, worked its way onto my PC for some odd reason.
Teams are tied.
Let's see here. Is it just me, or is it always the same death animation? It does seem that way, doesn't it? I know they're working on a lot of that stuff, trying to add more options to it. Wow, it took 3 rocket hits for that guy. Well, that must be why we're winning. Guys have gone AFK. It is 3-on-4, to be fair, too. And, let's see. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Nintendo 64. It's like gold. Oh, he got me right there. Damn. Nintendo 64 in Russia is like gold in the sky. Oh, this guy's gonna school me right here, yeah. The guy playing ArrrCee is pretty good. But ArrrCee is a very fast character, too. He could just, like, you know, skate circles around everybody. Wow, did you see that? I got a frag on him just for running. Oh, wow, that was a big hit. There we go, Pack of Wolves. I got one of my challenges. That's what it's called. I couldn't find the word. So after this, we'll finish one of those challenges. You couldn't see it because my big head is covering up, but when you finish a match, you get 3 or 4 challenges to kind of, you know, aim for while you're playing, and you get more experience as you're going. Let's see, which one is better, Quake 3 or Champions? Yeah, if I had to pick, considering my past with Quake 3, I would go Quake 3. And especially for the reasons that other people are noting, the fact that you can mod the game. You know, you could put in different mods, you can play... I mean, they still make Quake 3 maps today, a lot of users do. So, the fact that you can mod the game, add all your own flavor to it, what's up, friend? And do all that stuff, I think that makes it the better game. But it also just plays better, too. It feels good, you're confident in what you're gonna do with your weapons, you know? In this, there are so many variations of what you could be hitting with somebody. Like, say, for example... I hit you with a rocket launcher in this, right? The only variation you have from Quake 3 is, you know, do they have armor on? Oh, jeez, man, he was just scooting around for me. Subscribe, thank you for the stream. Hey, thank you for subscribing, my friend. But yeah, you know, in Quake 3, it was like, okay, if this guy has armor, then I'm gonna have to do, you know, 3 rocket hits versus... you know, 1 or 2. Where in this, there's so many different... Wow, we actually won that one. Oh, you're still here. Okay, great. I thought you said you were saying thank you and you were taking off, but thank you for sticking around. But yeah, in this game, you have to think about every different, you know, variation of every character. So if you're playing as Ranger, you know, you'll know that you'll be able to take him out with a certain gun better than other ones. Like if you have a rocket launcher, you know that Ranger could probably take 2 hits versus, you know, the big guy, what's his name, Scale Bearer, he might take like 4 or 5 rockets. And I mean, that's all here or there or whatever, but that changes based on how much armor they have too. So I feel like the unsureness of that stuff is kind of a detriment for the game. Where Quake 3, it was more of a sure thing. You knew that if you had the rocket launcher and you did this and this, boom, I'm going to get this frag, I can move to the next room and do this, and you could plan your attacks. In this, I don't feel like you could plan as well. And I could be wrong. You know, Quake 3 I played for years and got to that point knowing that. And this, I have not played, you know, for more than, I don't know, 30 hours or so at the most. I don't think it's even been that much. It's probably been about 20 hours, I would say, with all my matches and everything combined. All right, so we did get one of our challenges. My big head is in the way of all the challenges here, but they have one where you can, if you complete 3 matches, you get it. Kill 1 enemy using your active ability, which Rangers is really tough to use. Kill 2 enemies in 3 seconds or less, so that's another one there. All right, let's queue back up. Let's get back into Quake. So the Nintendo 64 in Russia, you said it's like gold in the sky. So the 64 is like, does that mean it's really popular out there, but maybe, you know, they're sort of a hot commodity, hard to come by, or were they just never released out there? Because ignore my ignorance. I'm just not sure on all that. By the way, what Quake game is your favorite one? Mine is the first one. Ninja, I'm completely with you. The Quake 1, nothing really holds a candle to it. The interesting thing about Quake is that before I started doing the Quake rave, I probably would have said that Quake 3 was my favorite because I spent a lot of time online with that game and loved it. And Quake 2 would have been a close runner-up because I played a lot of time online with that as well. But now that I've been playing Quake over the past couple of years, single player mostly, back in the 90s, I completely ignored Quake 1 single player. Like anything that was released single player, map-wise or whatever, I ignored it. I just played online. Team Fortress was great, loved it. But all those games were sort of on the same par for me. But having played through Quake 2 recently through the single player, And having played through all of Quake 1 single player, plus all these other maps that I'm playing, plus all the mods and everything, Quake 1 I feel like is my favorite. At this point, I don't think there's much of a contest. It's a really well-balanced game. If you have somebody who makes the perfect Quake single-player map, and you play through it and have fun with it, it is like, it's perfect. It's so balanced. Quake 2 is weird because it felt very, you know, kitchen sink. They're threw all these enemies in there, and you don't know the difference between one versus the other, where all the enemies in, let's go with the church one. I don't think I played this one yet either. Church of Azathoth. But Quake 2 didn't quite have that. Quake 2 threw a lot of different enemies with you know, different setups and everything in there, and it's really hard to. I just don't think they have the same character that the Quake 1 enemies do. And Quake 3 obviously didn't have single player, just had bots, so you know. Let's see, you had the Sega Mega Drive and PlayStation. Okay, and Dendy. What is a Dendy and the Goldman? I feel like I'm totally lost on these. Were these different systems released only in Russia, or what? Man, look at this colorful guy on our team.
Nothing and everything makes sense.
Oh! Ah! This is all just in the warm-up here, too. I can tell me and this guy are going to go back and forth a bit. We seem to be pretty evenly matched. Okay, it was only in Russia on the... It was like a Famicom. That's interesting. Wow. By the way, thanks for playing Arcane Dimensions. I wouldn't have found that amazing mod without your channel. It's very challenging, especially in Nightmare mode. You know, I gotta say, I don't play Quake and Nightmare. I am not good. I am not good enough in it to play at Nightmare. It's interesting. I'll see a lot of feedback for maps from players, and what they'll say is, you know, this map is way too hard on Nightmare, and I'm like, dude, you're playing on Nightmare. Like, that's what it is. It is meant to be so hard that you can't beat it, right? Or and if you do beat it, you should consider it to be this like amazing accomplishment. Why is everybody AFK right now? Dude, you were AFK last game too. Is he just sitting here for the matches? Oh, we got this guy here. Oh shit. I hurt myself here. Wow, I am getting ganged up on. Where is my team at? My friend told me about Dendy. Is it bootleg? But it could be. I don't know.
Gates are closed. Gotta find another way home.
Green Elephant. Is this a good movie? We have many things that are not licensed by copyrights, and then we have Chinese fakes. You know, I do hear about a lot of the Chinese knockoff stuff that comes out, and it makes me laugh when I hear about it. My wife and I, she really likes the Pikmin series. It's on the Nintendo platforms, and we actually looked online on eBay at, like, just goofing around looking at Pikmin stuff. And what was really funny was some company was like making their own Pikmin dolls, and they're the absolute worst Pikmin knockoffs you've ever, like, it's not even close to what it looks like in the game. We laughed so hard at it that we had to order one, and we did. We ordered it. I think it was like $3 or something.
Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero.
I'm gonna have to bring that out and show that one of these times, just so you guys can check it out. I think you'll get a really good laugh at it. There we go. Wow, that guy's a bad shot. Green Elephant, yes, it is a good movie. We have many things. Oh yeah, I already read that. Sorry guys, trying to keep up on chat and play at the same time. It's tough. Okay, here, me and this guy again in the same area. He got me, though. I think we're going to be losing this one. So what is Green Elephant about? Any famous director or anything? I'm really behind on movies lately. I haven't been watching a lot of movies. I used to be a big movie fan. I used to be the guy who probably saw everything in the theater when it was out. But not anymore. Those days have changed. Wow, I could not do a thing to that guy. What do you think of Sega consoles? Have you ever played games on those consoles? Yeah. Actually, at the time, I was a big Sega kid when I was growing up. I owned a Game Gear, and I loved my Game Gear. Everybody used to tease it because of the battery thing, you know? 6 batteries to do whatever it did. And, actually got him with a rail the first time there, and I was like, oh, what... Maybe I'll... No, I couldn't take him out. But yeah, loved my Game Gear. Still have it, actually. And, you know, everybody else had Game Boys or whatever. I eventually got, you know, a GBA when those were popular. But that was my first Game Boy. I did not own the original Game Boy that everybody else had for the Mario games and stuff. Is it just... Yeah, I was about to say, is it just me or am I not running into teams? One of my guys is AFK, that David Bond guy. And... the other guy's really good. He's the guy we were playing against last match, but I'm barely running into him. It's weird that they can't fill up games in this game. They can't fill up the match with enough players here. So anyway, after Game Gear, I like Game Gear so much. Or maybe it was before Game Gear. Regardless, I had a Sega Genesis. I chose a Genesis over a Super Nintendo. Reason being was Sonic at the time. I played a little bit of Sonic. My God, these guys are just dominating us, because it's really 4-on-2, because the guy's AFK. Someone did just join, so I don't know. Game will be over here shortly, probably. That's annoying. Sega Genesis, I absolutely love. There's so many great games on that. In fact, some would say a lot of the Genesis versions of games were superior to the Super Nintendo versions, and I can definitely speak to that on certain games, like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, for instance. I played the crap out of that game on Genesis. I remember playing it at a friend's house when he had it on Super Nintendo, and it played a lot different. It was slow, it was weird, and I was like, why does this play like this? But the Genesis version was like so fast. Just felt right, you know? Oh my God, I don't have like any other gun for an option here. Oh no! Oh. He took me out there. So, other Sega Genesis consoles though, they got a little crazy towards the late 90s because they came out with all those different consoles. After the Genesis, I didn't go with the 32X because I didn't quite understand it. I didn't get any of the other ones that came out, like the Saturn, and that drove me to the point where when the Dreamcast was coming out, I didn't even bother with it. See, these guys are just owning the map. I can't even get a good gun to like try to fight them.
Your team has the quad.
There's a shotgun. So I did eventually own a Dreamcast, but it was much later. Great little console, though. Had a lot of great games on it. It's unfortunate what happened to it and kind of put Sega out of the console market. But I really liked my time with it when I had it. I kind of had it aftermarket, you know? It wasn't when it was actually popular. Jeez, I'm terrible. Let's see. You don't have Nintendo or Sega Genesis. We had a horrible fakes. Sometimes you think, why wasn't I born in America? You know, it's tough. I'm not sure what the legislation was on bringing consoles over to Russia, but I'm pretty sure that I just saw a Nintendo trailer where Nintendo was sort of celebrating the fact that they were bringing the Switch over to Russia. So I would say that if you are a Nintendo fan in any way and you like the look of the Switch, I've had it since launch here in America, and it is a great little console. I think it's honestly like one of the first consoles that I've been really excited for in a while. Like the Wii U came out, I thought it was cool. Once I finally got it and started playing with it, and the excitement died down, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, it's the it's the Wii U. It's fine. But the Switch is one of those games where it's coming up, or it's one of those consoles where it's coming up on its you know, first year anniversary here. And I was about to say, where is this guy? Jeez, I am sucking today. But the Switch is coming up on its 1 year anniversary, and I am still excited when games are announced for it. Like, even old games that I've played on Steam for years. Like, I'm really hoping that they'll announce Spelunky comes out for it at some point here, because I know Spelunky 2 is coming. But if the original Spelunky came out on it, that I would just be like, oh, great. I can play Spelunky on the Switch. Let's see. Even though Sega went crazy in the late 90s, their consoles were still great. You know, I agree with you, Ninja. It was just, at the time, the Saturn, I think they were charging... What was it, like $700 or something? That is disgusting. Look at that on screen. Gross, dude. But yeah, the Saturn, I think it was like $700, right? And I can't afford that as a kid. I was just starting to work at that point. I couldn't afford that. At that time, I was buying games for my Nintendo 64, like trying to save games for that. Oh, geez, I am so bad with the railgun. It's the only gun that I can actually manage to pick up, and I can't do shit with it. Dreamcast is awesome with games like Shenmue, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, even has a port of Quake 3. That's true, it does have that port of Quake 3 that people could actually play online, which was pretty sweet. I never got the chance to play it online on the Dreamcast, but I did play Quake enough online on PC that it didn't really matter. Oh god, now I gotta deal with another dude coming at me. Oh, good god. Gotta grab some health. Here's a red guy. 2 on 1. Hey, I got a frag there. I managed to get a frag right beforehand. That brings me up to a total of 2 frags this match. Yikes. But yeah, Dreamcast was a really cool system. I know we just got done kind of going over it a bit. But what was so cool about it is that they seem to have like a great first-party library and a great third-party library of games. So like people like from all kinds of different companies were releasing games for it. Go ahead, dude. You get that rocket launcher. I feel like this weapon needs to be faster because you really gotta lead people. Oh man, I don't know if I like Ranger there with his chops and everything. Kind of creeps me out a little bit. Oh wow, you got a Saturn a few weeks ago and it came in the original box. Wow, that's cheap for that, right? Yeah, I don't know how much that is in US dollars either, but that's nowhere near $700. That's amazing. So did you get games with it or did you just get the console? Wow, that was a really bad round for me, guys. That was that was really terrible. Yikes. Let's see, what time are we looking at right now? I really hate when people call you, you don't recognize their number, and they don't leave a message, so you have no idea who it was that called. Could have been, you know, something important. I guess apparently it wasn't important because they didn't leave a message, but whatever. What are you going to do? Wow, that was a bad round. Got one game, Athlete Kings. I'm not familiar with that one. Obviously sports game, right? But yeah, now that I think about it, Dreamcast had a lot of great games. I know that the original Xbox was sort of aping a lot of those games because Dreamcast didn't sell a whole lot of you know, their games when they came out. It's sort of like what's happening with the Wii U and the Switch, where the Wii U has a lot of great first-party games, you know, Mario games and such, and they're now re-releasing them on the Switch. And even though I got them on the Wii U, you know, they're putting them out on the Switch, so it's kind of like, wow, these are really great games. Should I get them again? I've been waiting for those to go down. One game not to go off on a tangent here, one game I did rebuy though was Rayman Legends. So if you have not played Rayman Legends, if you like to play platformers, in my opinion, that's one of the top platformers ever released. It is really good. I keep coming back to it, keep wanting to play it. I played through it all the way through on my Wii U. I owned it on the Vita. I think I played it about halfway through. Now I'm playing it through again on my Switch. I love it. I love Rayman. Yes, exactly. Rayman is awesome. I've loved Rayman for a long time. Yeah, so 100 euros is 125 US, so that's really close, and that's a great deal, man, to get a good copy of a... Well, what do we want to play? Let's do the Shrine. Now we're going to play Burial Chamber, because that's what everybody picked. Fine, we'll play it again. But yeah, that's a really good deal on Saturn in a game, man. But you got Sonic R, and you completed 100%. Nice. Sonic R is the one where they're actually running, right? That's not the one where they're racing, because the Sonic racing games that they've come out the past few years are really good, too. Hello back to Russia, my friend. But yeah, Rayman... Oh, dude, Rayman 3? What was the subtitle on that? Hoodlum Havoc? Is that right? Oh my god, dude. I bought that game day one on my GameCube when that came out. I was so excited. I loved Rayman 2 so much. When they announced Rayman 3, I was like, yes, Rayman 3. I felt like I was the only person... Because back in those days, GameStop was like your main place of buying games. I can't stand GameStop now. I try not to step foot in it because I just can't... I don't like the feel of those stores, you know? But what's crazy is when I went in there, I was like, hey, get Rayman 3. And the guys behind the counter were just like, yeah, big deal. But I played through that game that week. Like, I just breezed right through it. Love that game. So good.
My head can't focus.
And Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, guys, you gotta play them. They're, in my opinion, superior to Rayman 2 and 3. I love those games too, but they somehow made better Rayman games. Alright, let's try to warm up here a little bit. My last match was god-awful. Bad team. Well, not bad team, but we were outnumbered by everybody. "17 people watching on YouTube. Well, welcome to everybody. Please enjoy the stream. Get into the chat. Hang out with us for a bit. Need more somewhere else. 600 people. Wouldn't mind another 600 people. Please, bring them on. When you got your PS2 over 10 years ago, you got two games, Simpsons Hit and Run and Rayman 3. Dude, you have very good taste in games, my friend. Very good taste in games, because both of those games are damn good. Simpsons Hit and Run was another one that I played, and I could not believe how good it was, because Simpsons games at the time were kind of awful. So, like, when they came out with one where it was actually fun... That was the GTA-esque one, right? Oh, jeez. I couldn't turn around in time to get at him. That was really, really good, though. Man, PS2 was a great system. Arguably one of the best. So many great games in that library. Does the new Doom Online still exist? I think it does, but I don't know that it has... You know, it's funny. I don't want to... you know, rip on Quake Champions too much, but I think it probably has more of an online presence than Quake Champions does. Poor Quake Champions. There we go. There's a frag. Oh. Oh, you gotta die. Look at how much damage I did to that girl. She's still not dead. What is up with that? Wow. Hilarious. Let's see. I don't know why, but Rayman 2 and 3 are the best ones. Hey, man, to each their own. I totally understand. But Rayman Origins and Legends really did it for me. And I love the whole Rayman series. When I say those are my favorites, I'm not taking anything away from 2 and 3. I absolutely love those games. You were like 4 when you got the PS2. Oh, man. Ninja, you're making me feel old, my friend. I got the PS2 when I was probably 20? Jeez, doing terrible here. Metal Jesus channel. Yeah, I actually really dig that guy's work. I'm subscribed to him. I think he does some really, really good videos. Some of his... I don't do a lot of game collecting. I decided that wasn't going to be a thing of mine because it's just not something I like doing. You know, I like game history, and I really like kind of what we're doing now. I really like talking about games and like where things were at a certain time and place. Sorry, I got distracted there because I didn't know that you could zoom in like this and see things better. That's news to me. Wow. I might have to use that more. But anyway, yeah, Metal Jesus does a lot of great collection videos, and he does a lot of cool videos where he has a lot of his friends on there, all sort of talking about, you know, the things that they like and the things that they really dig. Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position where I have a lot of friends who game. I have one friend that I game with quite often, but he kind of isn't into gaming in a YouTube sense, so this kind of thing isn't really his bag, which is totally fine. It's not going to be everybody's thing, but whenever I watch Metal Jesus, I'm always like, man, this guy's so lucky to have like all of these people who just love talking about gaming and you know, doing videos with him and stuff like that. It's so cool. But actually, he's the one that I found out about that cool GameCube HDMI mod that came out recently. And I actually got one of those for my GameCube because that's one of my favorite consoles. And I really wanted to be able to keep playing my games HD-like. And actually, I'm going to be doing a channel update for my channel this weekend. I'll have a video up to kind of, you know, go over what I'm going to be doing for February. But one thing I can let you guys in on, so you know early about it, is I'm going to be doing a review for the GameCube HDMI mod, tell you what I think of it, and
Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad.
uh-oh. They knew I was there the whole time. But anyway, yeah, for anybody who's watching, as far as Metal Jesus goes, yeah, he makes really good stuff. Love his stories about him working at Sierra back in the day, too. That's so interesting to me. That kind of stuff, like that history. Because that was back when I was really getting into PC gaming, so to know that, you know, he was kind of working on some of those games or bringing them to life and stuff is pretty interesting. Let's see here. Okami on PS2 is the best game ever, in my opinion. You know, that is a damn fine game. It's another one that I got day one back in the day when it first released, and I gotta agree with you, it was really, really good. I don't think it's the best game ever. I don't know that I can agree with that, but it is damn good. Let's see here. Yeah, PS2 is the best console ever. Have like 70 games on it. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of great games on PS2. And my favorite game, man, that is a tough question. If you check out my channel, I've done top 10 lists for the past few years, so you can definitely get an idea for what I like from there. Oh, I'm not good at using that ability. Oh, knocked me off. No! There I go. Not good. God, what am I up to? I'm up to 2 frags. This is as bad as last game. I'm on a bad streak today, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know that I can give one favorite game, though. Like, the games that come to mind immediately when people, like, you know, what you call the gun to my head decision, like, if you put a gun to my head and ask me, I would say, like, you know, Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario World, maybe between one of those. But there's been so many good games over the past, you know, couple years lately. It's really hard to pick because I would dare to say that, you know, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey are in that kind of conversation there. Oh man, I actually got the quad. Dicks.
Quad damage. Lead taken.
And we took the lead. Okay, I need this health really bad though. Oh! Didn't even get a kill with it. But yeah, definitely check out some of my other videos for like my Game of the Years for over the past couple of years if you're interested to know what I like and everything. It's hard for me because I like a lot of different genres, a lot of types of different games. Quake is obviously like a favorite of mine, but I play a lot of different stuff. And for me, that's what is the biggest joy of gaming, is just having all these different genres that you actually enjoy and like, you know. Quake Champions, I'm actually having fun with it, even though I'm kind of getting dicked around here a bit. I had a really good round there for a second there with the quad, but I think I got 2 kills in a row there. Okay, this guy's got to go down. Whoa, see ya. That's at least an assist. Let's see. Shambler is watching you. I don't want any Shambler watching me. Unless this is Shambler from Funk Message Boards, then welcome, sir. That's the only Shambler I'm okay with. How could you speak and play games at the same time? It is, you know what? It is difficult. That was an easy frag for me there. But what I will recommend is if you want to get better at playing games and talking at the same time, what you want to do is you want to learn how to play guitar and sing at the same time. If you can do that, then you can do anything at the same time you're doing something else. I felt like my multitasking ability went up tenfold when I could learn how to do that. And not that I'm a great singer, but back when I did play more guitar and sang, when I learned how to do that, it helped quite a bit. And to prove it, look, hands up, no moving. Hands back, I am playing this game. I'm not like one of these people who's just gonna talk over gameplay for you, okay? This is the real deal, people. The real, the real freak show. That guy has to die. What happened right there? Good God. Let's see. I never really cared about Mario or Nintendo for some reason. I know they're good, but I just never really cared. Also, yes, we'll check the video out. Yeah, I have Game of the Year videos for this year, 2017. I want this shotgun here. And I have them for 2016 and 2015, if I remember right. My channel is only a few years old. I think, if I had to guess, 4 years old. So, I don't have Game of the Year videos for every year. But I did try doing them every year because I, you know, really like gaming. But yeah, Ninja, I gotta say, when you have the chance, I would recommend checking out some Mario games. If you start with Super Mario World, I guarantee you have a good time, especially if you're playing with a friend. Like, get with a friend, play some Super Mario World. Oh my God, this is such a fun game. Maybe we'll stream some Super Mario World at some point. I've been wanting to do kind of a chill stream at some point in the future. And play through a game that I know and love already so much. Wow, the lightning gun has some reach on it, doesn't it? There we go. I wanted that. You're done? No assist on that one because I didn't do any damage. Are we actually in the lead? Wow, somehow we are. While I'm I'm trailing behind. My teammates have 16 and something else. I was not doing too great there. But a victory, I'll take it, right? When did you start gaming and at what age and system? So, I started gaming in the 80s with the original NES and the Atari 2600. My dad also had one of those little Pong machines where you twist the dial to move the Pong paddles up and down. I forget what that one was called. He sold it in the garage sale when I was really, really young, but we did hook it up and play it a little bit, which was a lot of fun. But NES was mainly my first console. But I was really young. If I had to guess, I was like 5 or 6 maybe? But it's taking me back trying to think of that. You started when you were 9 in the Atari 2600. Hack a sack. Hey, brother in arms right here. Or sister in arms. Sorry if I, you know, hard to tell gender through through text and everything. But regardless, like it's good to know somebody who started that early too. Oh, you want to know what time it is? Well, over here it is now. Oh my God, believe it or not, were you doing this as a joke? It is 4:20 p.m. on February 2nd here on Groundhog's Day, no less. All right, let's head back here. Oh man, we almost made level 6. I really thought we were gonna get it there. All right, let's jump back in. Let's do some more Quake here. I'm not doing great, guys. I'm doing terrible. My first couple games, I felt like I was doing a little bit better, but now, not so much. But I will probably have to take a break here. You know what? This is really, you guys are gonna laugh about this. But I can hear my cat meowing outside the door. He needs to eat, because right now, you just remind me, between 4 and 4:30 is when he gets his dinner, so I need to go feed him real quick. So if you guys will excuse me for just 1 minute, I'll be right back. But I will answer your questions first before I go. Have you thought about creating a channel in Discord? No, I have not. I don't seem to have as many followers as I should have for Discord, I don't think. Discord is a really cool program. I actually quite love it. But I've never created one because I don't know that people would hang out there, so never thought about it, no. Actually played Mario Bros. 1 and 3 at my friend's house on the NES when you were 9 on a CRT TV, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah, dude, Mario 3, it's where it's at. Mario 1 is a great precursor game, but 3 is like, ooh, it's like perfect gaming. Christian Ice. Okay, guys, stop feeling old here. I'm the one who was playing on Commodore 64. Fair enough, Christian. Sorry to say. Let's see. And you also play Mario 64 on N64 Mario Galaxy. So yes, you do like Mario. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, Mario does have some great games. And I'm not one of those guys who, like, you know, is like only gonna like one you know, brand of game. I'm not gonna love Mario and hate Sonic, or love Nintendo and hate Sony. I don't care for any of that bullshit. So I don't do any of that fanboy stuff. But guys, I apologize. Give me 30 to 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Let's see here. See if I missed anything. Just go smoking in 30 to 60 seconds. Yeah, gotta feed the cat, because if he is demanding food, you gotta give him the food, right? Let's get back into queue here real quick. But yeah, favorite platform is probably Ratchet and Clank and Sonic and Crash. Ratchet and Clank is a great series of games. It hasn't been great, you know, I think it kind of fell off in the PS3 days, but Ratchet and Clank on the PS2, wow, those were great games. Those were so good. They really hit their stride with 2 and 3. 1 was still fun, but man, those are so good. Let's see here. See what you guys think of Stop a Douchebag. What is Stop a Douchebag? Huh. You guys, you're gonna have to fill me on that one. But yeah, the PS2 Ratchet and Clank games, guys, I gotta agree with you. Those are untouchable. Great games. Yeah, after a crack in time, they probably ran out of ideas. Yeah, that first PS3 Ratchet and Clank was okay. I also think that Insomniac might have lost a few members on their team for developing the game. I might be wrong on that. You can't quote me. But I feel like some of the people who were working on those games, it didn't feel the same as the other games, you know? Oh, it's a Russian channel, very off topic. No need to be sorry. If it's something funny to share, though, feel free to share it. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank 1 through 3, that first trilogy is really damn good. It's you know, like I said, it's very, very untouchable as far as like platforming action games go. So much so that they, you know, a lot of games tried to sort of, you know, copy Ratchet and Clank with the whole upgrading your weapon thing, and it didn't quite work out for them like it probably should have, you know. But you know, Ratchet and Clank just it always was at the top for those. And the controlling for platforming and all that it felt really, really good too. So you double back between platforming and shooting, and it all just felt really good. So it's a channel that stops cars driving on sidewalks. So are people being dicks to people in their cars or something like that? Okay, I guess we can play Blood Covenant. We haven't really played Blood Covenant today. You guys have watched it a few times. It's funny. The series is also... Oh yeah, with Ratchet and Clank, the series kind of lost its feel after the PS2 era. I completely agree with that. Ratchet and Clank just did not feel the same after the third game there. I think there was a fourth game on the PS2, right? Wasn't there? There was the original, there was Going Commando, Up Your Arsenal. Was the fourth one called Deadlocked? And then on the PS3, they had A Crack in Time. They had, I'm not going to remember the other one. They had Quest for Booty, which was like a small DLC thing. I don't remember what the other full game was. But yeah, I mean, after you get to the sixth game, you know, in a series, it's kind of hard, I guess, to keep it kind of fresh, huh? But... he says, Russians are always off topic. This is not something I knew.
Ranger reporting.
As far as I'm concerned, guys, you could talk about whatever you want. If you're hanging out with me, I'm all ears hanging out. Playing some Quake anyway, so. They added those breakable urns in there, which is really interesting. Alright, so we're playing Sacrifice again here. So we gotta remember to grab the skull, take it back to one of the obelisks, and actually do the thing we're supposed to be doing here, right? The actual games have also been good, but the jokes, atmosphere, music were different after PS2. Yeah, it's almost like the Ratchet & Clank series always had sort of a tongue-in-cheek way of doing the humor, and then once the PS3 ones came out, they felt a little bit more Fisher-Price and kiddie, right? Oh, okay, Deadlock was known as Gladiator in Europe. That's good to know. Okay, so they did have a fourth one. I could have swore they did. Okay, I hit that guy. Didn't kill him, but I hit him. Oh, my buddy took him out. Thanks, friend. Alright, warm-up is almost over here. We're about to jump to the regular game.
Round one, fight. Incoming soul.
I'm not sure what's up with these urns that you can break. They're kind of cool, but I don't quite understand what the deal is. Oh my god, that guy just came up from behind, took me out.
Soul spawned. Soul taken.
Okay, so now I can tell we have a carrier. He's up there. I gotta get up to him to help him out. Oh!
Defend B.
Okay, now we're defending B. Defend B! See, now they did take some of the critiques to heart, I think, because now the guy is saying defend B. He's just telling you literally what you need to do, which is not what they did before.
Defend B.
Defend B. Oh! Well, he killed himself, I think. Yeah, he suicided. You might have got 2 kills, but you killed yourself in the process, friend.
Gotta find another way home.
Your team has the quad.
That's okay. As long as one of us has it. Let's see. Oh! It's hard watching chat and trying to keep these guys at bay at the same time. We're getting that percentage up, though. I love that they added the percentage up there now. Like, there's a lot of things that they updated about the sacrifice mode. Like, this is making a lot more sense now. It's flowing better. I'm not sure that I'm the biggest fan of, like, where things are located as far as the obelisks go. I wish it was a little bit more capture the flag open, so to speak, but that's okay. I mean, there's something to be said for a symmetrical map, you know, where one base is on one side and the base is on the other side, and they're somewhat identical or very similar.
This place.
There's a reason why they did that for so long, you know? Oh, he just grabbed some armor.
Soul taken.
I'm not sure what stopwatch means. Jeez, took me out quick. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. You're a Russian, but you love watching only foreign language speaking channels. You love the history of gaming in all countries. You know, it's a very open mind to have. I know there's a lot of people who, you know, won't watch other things in other languages, so that's very cool. Deadlocked is awesome. People think it's bad for some reason. You know, I played Deadlocked, and I felt the same way. Deadlocked, I think, when you do compare it to the first 3 games, is not as good. But when I played it, I still enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. How are you guys not dead yet? How did I not kill either of those two? Good lord. Terrible. What's the doorbell ring sound? The quad? There's a lot of different weird bell ringing sounds in this, so I'm not quite sure which one. Because you got the one bell that is you hitting somebody. Here, I need this armor. Then you have another one that's sort of like a muted sound, like a boop. There's another frag. I'll take it. Who has the soul? We do. Okay.
Defend B.
Defending B. Boom. Another frag for me. I'm getting my win back here, guys. Either that or these guys just aren't as good. One of the two. Oh, don't knock me off. I know that's what you're trying to do, you jerk. Okay, let's see if we can chase him down. I need some health, though, pretty badly. Oh, we got it back again. Okay. See, that's that stuff right there where he doesn't announce what happened. He should be saying, enemy dropped the soul, your team has the soul, stuff like that. He says it with the quad. Why can't he say it with the soul as well? There we go. Take that, jerk. Boom! Look at that. No help from me, right? Yeah, the Quake Champions sounds are so much like Doom 2016 sounds. Barely reminds me of the old Quake. You know what? I can get behind you on that comment as well. This game, I feel, is much more in tune with the newer Doom than it is with Quake, for sure. And I feel like the Doom multiplayer framework that they made that a lot of people didn't really care for as much, I feel like that was used as a basis for this. Obviously, I can't speak to that, but I feel like this is sort of the evolution of that. Then again, I don't really know who worked on the...
Soul taken.
Okay, so they got it. I got a hit.
Quad spawn. Your team has the quad. Killing spree.
Hey, look at that frag with the railgun. It's only because he stayed right in the same place.
Soul taken.
Okay, I'll jump over that. That's cool. He knocked me right up in the air, right over the bridge. Another frag for me. Okay, we gotta protect A. But of course, they're taking the Doom multiplayer evolution, and they're turning it back into Quake 3. So that's weird. That, you know, yeah, it's an evolution of like a game that came out like a few, 2016, a couple years ago. But they're trying to emulate a game that came out back in 1999, right? So I don't know. It's really strange. This person keeps throwing me off because I thought that she would be moving around a bit more, and she's not moving at all. That's why I keep shooting to the other side. I'm trying to predict the lead, you know? Very weird. I have to go. It's like 11:30 here in Finland. Well, thank you for watching, Ninja. Really appreciate you hanging out, talking games. Please stop by again. I plan to do this streaming thing a lot more often at this point. So, love to see you again. And have fun with your new console. You have to start doing videos at some point. Maybe talk about your Saturn. That would be fun. Soul is taken. All right, we gotta keep up with him. Down we go. There we go. Got an assist at least. I'll take the assist.
Enemy has the quad.
Enemy's got the quad, but we got the soul. So the whole point of me doing this video today, guys, is just to kind of like, I want to see where Quake Champions is at. I want to see if it's a game that I'm going to continue playing. See if it's a game that they are supporting in the right way. You know what I mean? And so far, I could say from what I played today, with the new hitboxes and the way the game plays and everything, it is feeling better. It does feel like they are improving this game. So if you had any reservations whatsoever about this game, I got the soul, by the way. I'm going to take it back. Look at that. Didn't think I'd ever get a capture here. With 10 health as well. But if they keep updating the game what they're doing right now, I could definitely see myself playing more of this, because this is fun. We just need to get like a normal group of people playing, you know what I mean? Did I just see a Quake 1 wizard out of the window? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if you did, because there are Quake 1 scrags that hang out around here, and they... There we go. Easy frag. If we get around to the other end, I'll show you the scrags, but they do fly around the other obelisk in the background, which is really, really funny. Yeah, actually right up here I can show you. See them flying up there in the sky? And once in a while they come down over here too, but those are scrags right there. Oh, I got it. Okay. I was like, who's got it?
Your team has the protection.
We got the protection. Always good to feel protected, right? Grab that. Oh, man. Mega health. I'll take it. There's another cap. 2 caps in one game for me. This is unusual. I might have to go out on top with this, guys. I don't want to have another round where I'm totally sucking.
Obelisk sacrificed.
There it is. That's a win for round 2. That's 2 wins in a row. Actually, GG that one. GG for ArrrCee. Wow, he looks... Oh boy. That guy looks like he has seen some shit, doesn't he? Wow, look at that. I actually got 3rd place. Actually placed today. Not gonna happen again. But we'll get level 6 here. So, before we go into the next round, I think we're gonna play one more round and maybe call it today. But I wanted to talk about the something that they added within one of the newer updates over the past couple months. Let's hit level 6 here. We got a chest. Yeah, okay, we got a good chunk into level 6. Oh, we got a challenge done too. Good, good. I'm not sure what the challenges actually do, but they're just... Oh, they give you this favor up here, which you can spend the favor on different things, I believe, right? So if we go to... Yeah, you can buy different champions, but you can only buy the champions for this currency up here, the platinum stuff. And you can only buy a 24-hour trial for one of them with 5,000 favor, so there's that. But you can buy loot boxes for favor. Okay, so I have a ton of favor. Maybe we should just open up a ton of loot boxes here, right? So yep, I guess that the wizard and the scrag are the same monster. I'm used to the name they use in the id1 folder. Oh, okay. So we're both on the same page here, buddy. How about we just buy 5 loot boxes? But what you guys say we open them? Perfect. We got 5 backpacks and 1 chest open, so let's open up the backpacks. And let's equip that. We got... Oh, okay. We got an interesting piece of headgear. But the thing that sucks is I don't have any of these characters, so I can't really... Wearing them won't really matter at all. Alright, so this is what I was going to talk about here is the rune stuff. I don't actually know how these runes work, but we're going to apply this one. So these runes you get with different characters, and depending on what they do and who you're playing with or whatever, they give you rewards, like different shaders. So, for example, if you win 10 sacrifice matches while you have this rune equipped, you'll get this shader, you know, after you, I guess, finish all these. I'm not really sure. I haven't gotten too deep into it. Let's go back to our loot boxes here. Rare legs. Equip. Even though it doesn't matter. We do have a new nameplate. There we go. That makes things a little prettier up here. I know you guys can't see that because my big fat head's up in the way. Alright, well then we have a chest. Let's open it up. Check it out. We got a weapon shader. Apparently I can only get weapon shaders for this one gun. And... oh, that is an armor shader for Sarlacc. Okay. Well, there you go. Just open up a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know how useful it is. But yeah, let's talk about the runes a little bit here. So the runes, again, it's something I haven't quite figured out totally yet. Okay, so I guess it does depend on who you're actually playing with at the time. So, but I could have swore I just got a rune and I have Ranger equipped, so why would it give it to the other girl? I'm not really sure. This is why I'm kind of fuzzy on how this works. And this was actually one of my big... one of the big things I had against this game when it first came out was that it doesn't make itself obvious as to like how some of this stuff works. It's obvious like once we complete 10 of these runes, we'll get a shader, but like I don't know, who cares, right? Shaders? I don't know. I don't really care that much about that, but whatever. Plus it seems like a lot of work too. Like to get this one I have to get 10 showstoppers. I've only gotten 1 so far. And when you get to the end of it you do get 10,000 favor, but I don't know. Whatever, right? So I'm assuming then if we pick her and we go to her customization, check runes. Okay, so I guess the runes that drop are specific per character. So just because I got this blue one doesn't mean that this was one for Ranger. This was one specifically for her. So, yeah, that's really weird. Huh. Very, very strange. All right. What do you guys say? Let's play one more round, but let's play one with BJ Blazkowicz here. And that's letting me know that I have a new rune. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a very successful first Quake Grave live stream. It's been a lot of fun. We may have to do this again with Quake Champions at some point. But yeah, cool game. As I was saying earlier, I can definitely tell that they are putting some work into it. I guess they did like a complete revamp of the hitboxes on the characters, and I don't know that I can completely notice that. I came into this game cold today, and I haven't played it for probably 3 weeks or so, maybe 2 weeks. Might have had a couple rounds a couple weeks ago, but yeah, it still feels like a really, really cool game. Or rather, it feels like it's turning into a really cool game from where it was before. If you had played this when it was first released for beta last year, and you didn't like it then, it's quite possible that now you might like it more. So, definitely something to check out if you haven't actually come back to it since then. But it does feel like they are trying to get this thing feeling more like Quake 3 every time they update it. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for a new, prettier Quake 3, this game will probably, it'll eventually be that. Alright, let's see what maps we have to pick from here. Oh boy, it's the two I don't really want to play. I guess Burial Chamber? I don't know. Blood Covenant I am kind of sick to death of because we played so much of that before in the beta. Burial Chamber was with it in the beta too though, so I don't know. Though I don't feel like I played as much Burial Chamber. So, Custom Gamer, you know, funny you should say that. Daz is the guy who runs that channel. It's a great channel. Him doing his Quake videos like years ago when I first stumbled upon him, I actually went on YouTube to see if people would be interested in seeing Quake videos because I was like, I want to come back to Quake. I want to start playing it single player because it's the half of Quake that I really ignore, and I really want to see if you know, this is something that people will like watching and if it's something that I'll like coming back to play. So his channel existed. It was one of the only ones that was playing Quake, and I was like, oh my god, there's an audience for this. There's a lot of people who are watching his videos, watching his channel. But he also covered, you know, Quake 2 stuff too, which is really cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own spin on it because Daz is, he's a game designer. Daz actually has worked on real games in the past, and he is going to be working at another big studio here pretty soon. If you follow him on Twitter, he actually just announced it today where he'll be working. I don't want to spread the knowledge just in case, you know, maybe he doesn't want me talking about it. I don't know how personally he wants to be considering he posted on Twitter, but regardless, you know, he's a real deal. He's a actual video game designer, and for him doing that channel, his whole take was like, let's look at maps and let's give the level designer eye on it and let me tell you what I think. And I was like, well, you know what? Like, that's great. He kind of has this other way of doing it. But what I'm going to do, Quake Grave started, I'm going to play really old Quake maps, and I'm going to give you the gamer perspective on it. You know, the player perspective. Because the thing is like, you know, the Quake community is mostly map making at this point. And, okay, who grabbed the skull?
Incoming quadrant. Capture A.
Okay, we gotta capture A, so we have B. Okay, we can do that. Oh, I killed myself. No. So anyway, yeah, I started the Quake Grave, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do the player, you know, player perspective stuff here and play older maps and stuff like that. But anyway, his channel actually got me motivated to do my channel. It actually showed me that, like, hey, there's an audience for Quake. It's something I can come back to. I don't know why he stopped updating, though. I'm not really sure. I really liked his videos, and he did a great job putting them together. His Quake 2 videos were just as good. And it's not so much that he disappeared. I think maybe he was trying to focus on work, maybe. He was trying to find a job. I couldn't tell you. I'm not super close with him. But I do follow him on Twitter, and I do know that he landed a new gig, so very happy for him. Congrats to Daz on that. Maybe he'll start updating Custom Gamer again at some point. So yeah, I would recommend finding him on Twitter, following him there. And he'll probably give you updates on what's happening.
Defend B.
And while I'm talking here, I'm totally not paying attention to what I'm doing. I gotta defend B.
So lost. Excellent.
You better run. Don't try to take my soul away. Yeah, the interesting thing too is, like, if Daz isn't going to come back and do Quake stuff anymore, he actually has a really good following on his channel. I think what does he have? Does he have like 3,000 followers up there? I don't know that they all know that there's another channel that does Quake stuff. But Daz is also, his videos were a lot more professional than mine. His were like, hey, this is how you make a good Quake map, and this is, you know, These are things you want to do when you make a good map. My maps were mostly like, wow, this is a lot of fun. I'm, you know, I'm having a good time with this. When my advice, I feel like, is usually like, this is what I feel works in the map. You know, this is what I feel is more fun. But he has actual legitimate, like, you know, helpful criticism for people on different things. So I definitely can't hold a candle to what he was doing. That's for sure.
You have the soul.
I got the soul, baby. Oh, jeez. Cornered. Kept them from scoring more, though, so that's good.
Capture A.
Wow. That guy fragged me like it wasn't no thing. Alright, I need a gun of some kind. Oh, jeez. Put the booby trap right there. Okay, grab the health. Grab the rocket launcher.
Soul taken. Soul taken.
Gotta follow our guy. Stick with him here.
Soul lost.
Okay, we're trying to get there. Cap it. There we go.
Defend B. Defend B.
So what are some of your guys' favorite channels on YouTube? Custom Gamer's a great one. Do you guys watch any other ones you suggest I check out? I know somebody mentioned the Metal Jesus channel earlier. I think that's a really good one too.
Incoming quad.
Okay, who's got the soul? Incoming quad.
Quad spawned. Your team has the quad. Enemy has the quad. You have the soul.
Jeez.
Soul lost.
Where's my team at?
Never give up.
Soul taken. Soul lost.
Zach, is that another YouTube channel?
Capture A.
Oh my god, I didn't even have a chance there.
On your feet, old man.
Let's see what I can do with the railgun here. Probably nothing, but it's worth a shot. Oh. Nope, that's not gonna happen.
Obelisk sacrificed.
That is the end of that round. Yeesh. We had a little back and forth there. Oh, the Orc in Warcraft. Me and my friends, when Warcraft 2 was popular, we used to do the Warcraft sounds all the time. You had the Orc and he'd be like, zug zug, you know. But the best was the peasant. He'd tell him to do stuff and he'd be like, all right, more work. We would do that voice just constantly all the time. Yeah, Loktar. That's right, I forgot about that.
Soul spawned. Soul taken.
I played World of Warcraft for quite a few years, and I was always a big fan of like when they would use those original voices. There's a frag. I'll take it. So you'd run into a peasant, and the peasant would use all the voices from Warcraft 2. I was always a big fan of that. I was like, yeah, that's right. They're in the same universe. They're the same place. Looking for reds here. I should be protecting my obelisk, right?
Soul lost. Your team has the quad. Defend.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You see, these big maps with few players really take away the good old action, the chasing, the strategy. Ultraviolence is a map where you really have fun, don't you think? You know, I can't I can't disagree with you. You guys are making really good points about all this stuff today. I can't argue it. This map does feel way too big for 3-on-3, but the thing is that these are supposed to be, I think, 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 matches, and Quake Champions, it just doesn't have the player base to support big games like that. 3-on-3... Oh shit, she's trying to wrap us up here. Damn. That did not work out, did it? It's always more fun with the more people, right? I know a lot of people prefer dueling. They like a good one-on-one. Me personally, I get a little too like anxious when I do one-on-one. I can't do it.
Soul taken. Soul lost. Soul taken.
But I really like regular deathmatch. I love team deathmatch. I like the sacrifice mode because it feels like it's kind of working now. Yeah, put that soul right back in there. Thanks, dude. Yeah, that was the thing. One of the things I hated most, like back in the day, when you'd connect to like GameSpy server to, you know, find to find a server. It would be super irritating because,
Your team has the quad.
you know, you'd have a map that supports like 16 players, and there'd be like, you know, 6 in there. You could never find anybody. So yeah, that is super frustrating when that happens. I forgot that I'm playing as BJ this round, and he has a way different ability that he can use here than what Ranger uses. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Did you see that? Look at I got a challenge done there too. That was really good. That's my first triple kill in Quake Champions. All because of his dual wield ability there. That was a pretty good. That's probably MVP worthy right there, don't you think? Yes, we won a round, 1-1. So no matter what happens this round, even if we lose, this will be a good round to go out on.
Round 3. Fight. Incoming soul.
Yeah, let's grab some armor. Let's go get the soul. The soul's about to spawn. Let's get at it. That's a frag. Oh, didn't even notice red coming. Okay, looks like we're taking this obelisk over here. Oh, quick death.
Soul lost.
Nobody said it.
Defend B. Quad spawned. Enemy has the quad. Soul lost.
Oh, I just went up in a gigantic cloud of red. Poor me.
Your team has the quad.
Hey, that was just like really lucky spawning right there. That's all that was. A frag, and I got to pick up the skull. But we're fighting over the skull here. This is really good back and forth. Enemy has the quad and the soul, I think. So they got to work on the lightning gun thing, because like there's times where someone's not even aiming it at me, or maybe it's a lag thing. I'm not sure, but it's taken down damage. I'm not sure why. Go to the front here. Let's see what we got. I got the soul and I got a frag. Oop, get up there. That's a really bad jump pad right there. Get it on there. There we go. Got a cap, at least. Wow. Getting destroyed here. This is a close-ass game, though. Hey, we still have the... We still have the soul somehow. Oh! Went down quick.
So lost. Your team has the quad.
Okay, we got the soul back, so that's good. Give me this back. There we go. There we go. Rocket launcher, I'll take it. That's right, baby. Good assist right there. What else do we got? I'll use that. We are defending it. We're bringing it home, hopefully. We got it up to 46% here. Oh, wow. I say as he walks in and destroys me. Okay. Where's the soul at here? Where are they coming from? Got a lot of good 8s there. Oop, don't want any part of that when that thing blows up. That's a kill. That's a revenge kill, too. Okay, I need some health. Where are they gonna head to? Whoa! Wrapping it right around me there. ArrrCee, what do you think about Russian video games? What is a, give me an example of some Russian games. What are some popular ones?
Defend B. Defend B.
Defend B. He says to me as I get to A, all condescending like. Because I'm sure I played some Russian games. I know the Metro series takes place in Russia, but I don't... Is that Russian developed? Man, I'm really losing my place here. Wow, I got a kill with the rail, I think, right there. Oh, and I got the soul. Okay, that I did not know. We gotta hop our way back to our obelisk here. Get a capture, hopefully. Even with 25 health. Take the jump pad. Oh, cap it. Oh, I was right there. Almost got the cap. Time Shift. Time Shift is a game, believe it or not, I don't think that I played. I'm trying to think if I may have played that one or not. It's not ringing a bell. Like, I remember the cover for it. Escape from Tarkov. What about the, what's the other first-person shooter game? Starts with an S. Oh man. Yeah, well, not only that, but they just took over too. They just took over the lead right there.
monster.
There's a first-person shooter series that I feel like is developed by a team in Russia, and I cannot think of the name of it off the top of my head. Oof. These last few frags and rounds here are not going too well for me.
Give up.
Where are we? Okay, yeah, I don't want to go that way. We should go this way. They're already at 81%. That jump pad does not need to launch me up that high. Just putting you out there to be fragged.
Defend B.
Let's get back to B. Alien shooter. I don't know that I've heard a lot of people talk about Alien Shooter. There was a podcast I remember, like these guys were buying each other copies of Alien Shooter because they were teasing it, I think. I don't really know much about it, to be quite honest.
Capture A.
I guess you could say that my Russian game knowledge is not where it ought to be, I suppose. Oh yeah, they're gonna take this one. They're already at 96%. Oh my god, that guy got me right off the bat. Did you see that?
Obelisk sacrificed.
Yeah, they got it. Alright, well that was a good round though. We went back and forth quite a bit. 60% to 100%. GG on that one. Fun game. I had a lot of fun today. Defend B. And if a voice is pitched down to tell you that, it must be important. Right you are. Man, that visor skin right there is dingy and gross looking. He's got the brain and the skin all over the place. Ugh. Look at all the awards I got this time. This is going to be some serious experience, hopefully. Let's see what we get for our experience and loadout stuff here. Here we go. Oh, that wasn't that great. I was expecting more. We got 2 challenges complete right there, though. That's a pretty big win right there for us. So the other challenges are get 2 consecutive hits with the railgun 5 times and then kill 3 enemies with the gauntlet. I don't think I've gotten even 1 gauntlet kill, but well, there you go, everybody. That is the Quake Grave for today. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream here. I had a lot of fun playing the game, had a lot of fun talking with you today. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel for more Quake Grave. I have this is, I think, episode 214, so there's over 200 episodes of Quake, of me playing Quake, that you can go on there and enjoy. And if you like other games, I have tons of videos with other games on there too, with my ArrrCee series. So go check that out, enjoy, and hopefully I'll be streaming again later. Maybe next week or maybe this weekend, we'll see. But GG, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.